I was hoping to have to not do a black body sheets on the model of the Google guy or Sheets guy doing array tracing, comparing columns, doing numbers and stuff. They're all kind of pretty extravagant, thinking Pete's me in with Fetterman over here about the cutting edge of the technology on the crypto spaces, how you're modeling some of the connections therein, about where you're going to go. Come on, 79. And what it is. That's where you're going to go. It's got its numbers. I can track this back to the arrays. Anyways, any of these are linked up good to go because there's a website to it which might become a specific nature when doing the 50 states of what within the 50 states. I don't know if you saw it there. There you go. Alphabetically, it's always sensible to start with what was our main features, the depots in general, infantry, and so on. What was this one again? Well, it's not going to tell me right off here, but what we will know about some of the other channels, most likely resources, personnel. I don't remember which one it was. Aviation. There we go. Down there in the corner. Field artillery. Alright. Right? Yeah. Armories. And so these all need to be specifically audited. And you need one in every single state for sure. You just can't keep mainland and command like that because we need bunker and armors and a better supply chain inside of it. But you could see the nature of that being the only place where you have to node that into a correct daisy chain of logics and Rubik's cubes that this configuration spread out would do according to other notations that are going to come up inside of the situation. Infantry nodes, again, we need one in every single state, in terms of where you can. That's pretty forestry up there on the Kentuckistan line for what it is. I need to be more of a city customs about what it is. Been a while since I've been up there to see what it is. Here's around in here. Once you get us to specific Alabama charts and maps, we want to look at the depot in itself. This is apparently what this looks like when you go to check on the place and get the address and link it in and to get to zooming in on it and what the overall nature is, what the headquarters would look like. What's the area of operation comparatively to the area of operations when we're going to specifically audit something a little differently from a bottom base of its crime rates and its population numbers, its census towers of a specific date, somewhere's in here. And you see certain things and you start putting them to the charts, making sure that people are properly taken care of in the square and the working teams of the public posts that you have for fire, water, police, waste management, state and public work departments, town, stuff like that, power grids, and however you just have to generally transport it. That's me, right there, in case you're wondering. You can come back over here and see it. That's what that looks like. That's some of the best fishing in the world, and I'd love to make it the best Boone and Crockett site in the world for what it is when we're doing vacations and when we're doing other things about the number on what it is we're trying to graph out in a specific manner inside of here. Here's your bore fours or your Pauli exclusionary principles of I'm going to see some things on the creep on some super cycles and things like that have the symmetry or differences between things at emission absorptions from here, the approximation to the pallets to the bananas in the grocery store CPI or house bill CPIs. A lot of this is going to be that wave function emissions, comparing them, seeing if there was a start or an end to them that correlates why they connect that way. I'm not saying these charts would, it could, should, but when you do a squared b squared equals c squared, it makes a lot of sense. That first order of the prime functions that go into this are 1, 2, and 3, but necessarily the time, the date, the unit, the week, the month, the patterns that throw over that, and create some heat equations. It's going to be a little friction. Magnetic fields change in a piece of metal because it's locked in there like that, but that allows the doping. When you think about quenching steel in oil for carbon, high carbon steel, stuff like that, well, that doping causes heat death. And some of the dark matter calculations and dark energy principles that don't always just expand to the expansion, but lensing issues, time dilations with Hubble and James Webb's, and